This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Here we go. Hear about the
Stanley
story of
worked
Stanley.
for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
427.
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push.
That's how I
long
type when
to
I'm
push
at work.
them, and in what order.
One at a time.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Was he happy?
And then one day,
He did not look
truly
happy.
happened.
Not at all.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
What number was I? 426? Or Stanley, I guess.
Wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
This is me. Ah, boy. I don't know that I want to step out of my office. It's like where I enjoy my life, right? Is what he said. Oh man, I am fast. Okay, well, we'll just do what it says. Hello? Anybody
All
here?
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Meeting room. There's not a lot of options here, is there? Is that a meeting room? This place looks like it's been raided by the FBI, and somehow I just got looked over. Meeting room? What's that? Sales in this quarter. Oh yeah, look at the sales there. This does not make sense. Nope.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I really want to go in that door. I'll do what it said. I feel like I'm playing a horror game and something
Yet
bad's
there
gonna
was not
happen.
a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Tips for not
Stanley
getting
decided
fired.
to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Where's this projector? Oh, it's on the ceiling. I didn't hear what he said. What do people want? Things. Happy feelings. Oh, that got Mike James fired. Money, more money. Things, but with money to buy more things. That's where we're at. Graphs about things and money. Oh, it's a new product. Stock markets in here. Segment. Stripes. Target demographic teenagers. Huh. This seems like a legit company. I don't know, uh-oh. Okay. Alright, broom closet. Well, I don't like that the door's shut behind me.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What are you gonna do if I do the opposite? This has got scary quick. What's back here? Anything? Cardboard? Okay.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
That's true.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he
These
went?
are very good questions.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
How did this car get in
"No,"
here?
Stanley said to himself, "this is all too strange. This can't be real." And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer.
This guy
an
never
explanation.
shuts up.
His co-workers weren't actually gone.
Stop
He wasn't
talking!
going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
Thought I loved
may
my
as
job.
well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying
Can I
and
do
began to
something?
gently float
Oh.
off the ground. Then
Oh.
he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
This is
How was he
This is really
remaining
cool.
so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
why is there?
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about
I
how
want-
it's
I
describing
want this
my
guy to
thoughts,
stop
he thought. And while he thought it all
Ah!
and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
How could
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
I bet.
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact.
I have
a dream.
enough voices
Did
in
the
my
voice
head.
not seem to float
I don't
amongst the
think I need
magical
this
stars
guy.
just a moment ago. How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just. He would prove it. He would prove that he
Oh,
was
it would have
in
freaked me out real
control,
bad if he would have
that
just
this
stopped
was a
talking there.
dream. So he closed his eyes
That's all I
gently,
can do.
and he invited himself to wake up.
Oh boy.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Turn, but I can't walk.
the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
I should
Let
have
me
just
go
listened
back to
to
my
him and
job.
gone the way he told me to
Let
go.
me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want.
That looks nice, right?
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
Oh, I'm married?
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
It's not gonna be.
Everything will be fine.
Nope.
I am okay.
Okay.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have
I
a
thought you
boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. Speak. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh,
But on this
gosh.
particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled
Stanley!
talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
She didn't call for help? We're back in my office. So, I have to do everything he says. Or I have to listen to him speak.
All his co-workers were
Forever.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
do
simply
it.
missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's do it.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, so I gotta go to my boss's office. I already looked at all this stuff. It's just, as long as it's the same.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It's fancy up here. Is this, wait a minute. Well, that's the executive bathroom. Nice. Look at this.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
How did he get those
unraveled,
books up
Stanley
there?
wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
What? Oh, right there. 845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Sheer luck.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
That's how I want my office to look. Okay. I gotta start paying attention to what this guy's saying a little bit more. Here, just dark scariness. Okay. Hold on, I'm supposed to do that.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
It's
Why
good.
did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
No. Oh. My light turned on.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind control facility. Oh. Last time I did something that I wanted to do, I died on the sidewalk. So let's just keep on trucking. Oh yeah, no, this.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Just numbers? Yeah, just random numbers. Another button. More numbers. Employee observation protocols. Yeah, let's keep pushing buttons.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Oh!
Their true nature revealed.
104.
Each bore the number
You're
of an
fired.
employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced
this is
to images
awesome.
on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I'm glad they closed doors behind me right now, because I am not paying attention. I'm so distracted. This looks cool. Uh-oh. Is he the only one that got fired? Oh, no. 601 got fired? Okay, got another button.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Probably.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been
elevator.
manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yeah. Let's do it.
No. He refused to
no.
believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life
is that one on
in
screen?
someone else's
234?
control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it?
Ugh.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I can't see anything. Is this where I'm going?
Here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Will I? That? Nope. Well, I feel like I'm supposed to do something here. Am I supposed to hit these buttons in order? 2 and 3. 1, 2. 3. Oh, there's more. 5. Where's 4? Is 4 in this room? Guess I'll go in the facility power. Oh wait, 4. I see it. I just saw it. Didn't even. Is this where I came down? No, I came from there. Okay. It's dark in this room. Four. I don't know why I'm doing this. It seems like a bad idea, but it's alright. 5 and see what happens. I'm either turning it on or destroying it, I think. Or nothing. Cool. Nothing. Waiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I feel like that ends it. This is in the game.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber,
Can I go this way now? Oh, yeah.
none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking. But
Okay.
happiness.
It was so dark.
His goal
I thought it was
was
just
not
a
to
ledge.
understand, but to
It's like
let
the
go.
Truman Show.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be.
Oh, look how pretty it is
That
out
was
there.
all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Goodbye.
Stanley
Terrible
felt
business.
the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Well, that was my inner
All of his
self
co-workers
is
had
smart.
gone. What could it mean?
All
Stanley
right, let's
decided to go to the meeting
find some
room.
different
Perhaps he had simply
different
missed a memo.
endings. Done 2 so far. As long as he doesn't talk as long as he did the first time I failed.
When Stanley came to a set of
Last
two
time I went
open
down
doors,
instead
he
of up.
entered the door on his left.
Go this way.
This
What
was
happens?
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour.
This is an
after
amazing-
all,
this is
just
an
to spend a
amazing
few
room.
moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yep. I did. Now I'm gonna leave.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
First open door on the left. Alright.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
That's gonna... Yeah, no. Do that. Can I push that again? No.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Okay. Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
This one. Open this one. I'll run through it real fast.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep. Okay. Yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
I made it. Another vehicle that's just in a spot that it could never have gotten. Perfect. Oh.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay. From the top.
I don't know. I should have researched how many endings there are to
All
this
of his
game.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I do wish, after so many times, I wish I could. Oh.
When Stanley... Wait, what?
Uh-oh.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something
Alright,
change?
that made me happy.
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
Gosh, that's bright.
Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh boy, I want to go through this one. Okay. Let's find the story. Oh, that's just a. There's lots of options. Does that get me back to the room that I was in? Oh boy, I got real turned around.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well,
Nope.
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
I'll find it. Ah. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
This way. Okay. I like this much better than just finishing.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh. What happened?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
I do.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Now what do I do?
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
I did too.
And this was not one of those situations.
I need a new voice in my head.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line.
Okay.
Just follow the line.
Like this.
How simple is that?
This is what I would do in 7 days. I'd paint the floor so that I know how to get through a big house that we've built. take over big houses, and I can never find my way through them. So,
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act
who
of
painted this crazy line?
Are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh, yeah, that could be that. Oh, no, I don't. That is loud. Light moving. I'm not following it. Ah!
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
What? I can look at a fern.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Oh, man. Well. I mean, it's a fern. Yeah, okay, let's keep going. Cue the music. No music.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Ah! I'm back.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
The line's still here. The line didn't work last time.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget
I-
the adventure line.
Closing the door in my face
We're
really,
intelligent people, right?
really hurts
Why
me.
can't we make up our own story?
Oh,
Something
yeah.
exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable.
We could do
Why
that.
don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Open. Oh. Okay. What was that? 437?
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Thought I was in an endless loop.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay. Don't acknowledge it. Zoop. I don't know where this fern comes into play later. Oh, yeah, where did that line just go? Into the ceiling? Nice. Ah.
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here,
Right.
the story is in our control.
Good.
How important we mustn't squander the
Kind of missed the line,
opportunity.
though.
In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So I know that each door has to lead
Walk
somewhere,
in circles.
which means that
Are you going to think until I do it?
where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
Not sure if my
Since
inner
the
self
answer
is
clear
smarter or
yes,
dumber
then
than
by
me.
all accounts, the door on the right is the correct
Could
one.
be either way.
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
Yeah, pick that one, huh? Confusion ending.
Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing.
This thing.
Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Eventually.
Well, in the meantime...
Oh. Gosh.
All of his co-workers were gone.
We actually started over?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
starting to get delirious on where I was. Oh, yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So I go to my left. I feel like there was only one other option that I really got to do. Oh, I could have turned the power. Yeah, let's go do that one. Go through here, and then I turn the power on in that one spot.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Real fast. Real fast. I don't remember the number, though.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it be?
Tell me the number again.
Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind pages, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Is there... No, there was nothing else to do. Okay. Down. Okay. Back here again.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read...
Right. Oh, I forgot about that. We'll do that next. I want to go turn on the mind control facility instead of turn it off.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
I want this room in real life. Just a sofa right here, chill back, watch every show I can at once. No, that'd probably be miserable, really.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them...
This actually kind of reminds me of the show Severance on Apple TV. This is probably what's going on in that show. It's a sequel to the Stanley Parable.
It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
There you go. Oh yeah,
was
elevator.
Was there any reason he was happy with his boring job?
Want to
That
jump?
His emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone
I went
else's
down
control?
before. I guess I did go up.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Yeah!
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls,
I did
you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go...
I want to go back to my happy butt-pushing life.
For yourself, is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire
Oh no.
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your
What do I do?
Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Is there a button with the 3 on it, or am I supposed
to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
Oh, gosh.
I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Oh no.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Well, it does if you can just keep adding
What's the
time.
matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yeah.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Those don't work anymore.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Oh no.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your real life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke.
There's nothing I can do.
I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
I blew myself up. I'm back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This game's pretty cool. I like this. I just
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I enjoyed the confusion one the most,
Yes,
just
there
because
was not a single person here
I just
either.
kept going.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh, just. It's not.
Feeling soothed
It's not
and
relaxing
rejuvenated,
at all.
Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh man, the people that made this game are fantastic. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh. Are you sure?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Violent death it is.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
What happens if I walk back for a minute? Do you say something else? No? Nope. Okay. I'll keep going then. Maybe you'd say something about me changing my mind. Just walk to my violent death. Oh boy. Is this a drop down there? Oh. Oh, goodness.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh. Duck.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh. No, it didn't. Who was that?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
That's cool looking. I don't know why I think that's cool looking, but it is. It's like a good movie shot. Oh, to open up a scene.
When every path
Oh,
you can
this is
walk has been
nice.
created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making
I
life
miss the old.
same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley
old
was
narrator.
already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh, well, that's sad. Stanley's computer. Is this like a memorial to Stanley? Huh. Look at that. That's cool. It's like a little Stanley museum. Filing cabinets, yeah. Computers. I turned it off. I didn't know I could turn them off. Oh, it turned back on. Oh, that tells me about those. Okay. Can I do anything with this first computer? Just click. I'm typing. Okay. Just real quick. Don't wanna waste power. Oh yeah. Okay. Onward through the museum. Boss's office. I liked the boss's office. Oh, that makes that noise whether I'm looking at a computer or not. If I just click. I don't want to go there yet. Oh yeah, that's different. Okay. Employee lounge furniture. What's up here? That looked like a weird place to end. Yeah. Countdown desk. Freedom ending. Oh, there's a switch. I want to flip that switch. Yeah, this is cool. I like this. I like this room as much as anything else. Oh, couldn't walk in there. All right. Let me go back down to that. There's one spot here that I thought was the ending, but now I'm pretty sure that that is going to be something there. Is this where it was? Oh boy. Turn around. Yeah, this. Are you just... Can I control when I hear these? No. Wonder how long that guy was recording stuff. Okay. Let's go flip that switch. See what happens. Upstairs. That didn't do that earlier. Okay. Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Flip. Oh.
Can you see?
Oh, she's
Can you
on.
see how much they need one another?
I can't
No,
see. It's black.
perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time
Oh. I got squished. Am I dead? Is this where she was talking about the only way to leave is to hit escape? Is that where we're at? Just a black screen. Nothing going on. I guess it really is. I kind of just want to sit here. Just see if anything ever happens. This game's been clever enough to call me on any shenanigans I'd like to try, so just see. Drink my water. There's nothing. Oh,
All
no.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This is different. Wait. This is very different, right?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. This all feels normal.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley
Okay.
walked upstairs to his
So,
boss's office.
I go up. Were there any other options that I didn't do? I don't think there was. Did the escape. Did on-off on that. Down just takes me to my death. But I can't go back now. Is there another option down? Let's try down again. feel like... Oh, yeah, no, I just got into that loop and never made it out. Oh. Up to the boss's office again. Let's just see if I missed something. Because there's like this... Yeah... Where's this? Let's see here. Do I go? Go down. Oh, yeah. Good elevator music. The narrator's in the background singing, scatting. This is a long elevator. Wait, what? No. I want to go somewhere. Stanley. Did that stop because I hit a button again? It did. Dang. Nothing. Okay.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the
Oh.
keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway.
Hey.
Oh, surprise.
There's nothing back this way, is there? No. Okay. Man, I don't want to just end the game again. He's not talking this time, though. Is he? Oh, wait. That was different.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else I can do.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Just waiting for that one thing that's different.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
So. Huh. Don't remember those. Where am I at? There, 427? Yep, that's my office, alright. Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Let's see.
No.
No.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't
Employee
accept it.
pirate.
His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And
go
as the
down
cold
here
reality
last
of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
There's nothing I can do in here, huh? Okay. I'm going to turn it on again, because I want to see if there's anything I can do. Yeah.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try
Did
to
something
take
different?
control of
Or
the
is this
machine for
another
yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode.
It's gotta be something you can do in
entire
here.
complex.
It's gotta
How long
be.
until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
This story.
It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
Let me charge
I
these.
erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever,
You're supposed to
pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Crap.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
That door
My
opened.
goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter,
Button
Stanley?
hint.
Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're
Dark
supposed to be
blue.
doing right now?
One.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? But you really believe there's an answer?
I
How
do.
many times will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution? 10? 100? 1,000? I look forward to finding out and to watching the bomb go off each time you fail. Just you and me and the retching explosion of fire and metal over and over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley died again.
Yellow.
And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? another choice.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know what I can do here.
I don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever up.
That is the Stanley Parable. I'm gonna end it there. I'm sure there's some more endings there, but I might figure those out at another time in another video. But thank you for hanging out with me, and we'll see you next time.